Over the last 20 years, Books4PNGKids has delivered over 4.5 million books to elementary, primary and secondary school students in Papua New Guinea. In episode 1 of Wantok, founder Heather Doonan takes us on a tour of the organization's warehouse in Brisbane, Australia. Welcome to Wantok.
We're very simple. If you look down here, E is early learning. These are all E's. And that's how we know what we're packing. The E is early learning, and that's what it looks like.
So who's that sort of like I guess...
It's elementary, which is like kindergarten through to about grade 2.
Okay.
And it is... I don't know, it's all the early learning books for schools, and whether they go to a kindergarten, but so many of the children in PNG haven't seen books in the village or whatever. So when they get these books in the elementary schools,
yep.
I've got some wonderful photos over the years that are just amazing. When the kids see the books,
yeah.
They see the colour, and then they get read the stories and learn to read.
How long have you been doing this for?
About 25 years, but it started off as a very, very small, underneath our home, and then we've come to this. It's just growing.
So how long have you been sort of like in this particular warehouse for?
Building, I think 11 years.
Okay.
11 years, and it's just, we get a lot of schools that come in, like everybody wants to recycle. We get so many schools that come and drop off books all the time. We get lots of mums and dads. We get books from everywhere. We get books from publishers. Over here, you can have a look. From publishers. And we feed those in slowly.
Okay, so how do you develop that relationship with publishers and schools?
It's all by social media.
Okay.
And they look us up and they kind of go, oh, these people get them out there. And some people don't want the books on the local market.
Yep.
They want the books to go overseas. They'll have a
cycle.
A cycle, and they go through, and then they want the books to go somewhere that it's not going onto the local market.
Yep.
But so they give us beautiful stuff, and it just carries on and on. Yeah.
So what's the process? Once sort of like you pack this all up, where does it sort of like go from there?
Well, it packs up. Normally out here, EB's our sort of main sorter, but there's a variety of people that sort out here. And what they do is they sort into elementary or primary, which is our other next level, and then we do a small amount of secondary school books, because the curriculum in PNG is very, very different to our curriculum here. So we try not to do, we'll send atlases, dictionaries, very general English books, maths, but they don't like the maths B's and C's and the complicated stuff, because we never know if it's going to go to the right school. This guy here, he is hopefully picking those up soon. We sent out 6 pallets yesterday to go to Ley, and they are going to up into the Highlands. Yeah.
So some of those boxes I can sort of see they've got Western Province on there.
Yeah, those ones are going to Western Province. Those ones I think are going to Hela Province, but some of them we just put primary on, because we've got quite a few people who do big areas, and if they're good at getting the books out there, you kind of think you're not going to reinvent it if you've got somebody who is doing a great job.
Yeah.
You just think we'll keep on giving them more. So so if you have a look over here, then these are our primary books. These are all primary. Those are all, if they've got the big P on them, they're primary.
Primary, yeah.
And over here, that's what the primary books look like. That'll be the next one that goes in there. So it is,
It's a big operation.
It is a big operation.
Yeah.
It drives me completely mad, but I love it at the same time.
So let's. Why have you been so invested, and why do you love it so much?
Well, years ago we used to live in the back blocks of Fiji, and we realised that in the back blocks of Fiji, we had 4 young children, and we took lots of books with us when we went to live over there. Both my parents had recently died, and I needed a refresh, and my husband was always overseas. So we went to live in the back blocks of Fiji, and all the local children wanted our kids' books because there was no books. And then we thought, we can make a difference. And it's grown into this.
Okay.
Yeah, quite crazy.
So just obviously, so why PNG though? Like, what's the connection to PNG?
We still do Fiji over here. A couple of times a year. How are we going? We send to Fiji.
Yep.
We've got a really lovely lady over there, Vera, and she distributes in Fiji. Then if you look over here, these ones are waiting to go. They're going into KVN.
Okay.
But they're waiting. It's often a case of waiting on a container.
Yeah.
And you just think, I don't know, we do what we can. But we have, like these ones over here. Oops.
So you dropped that.
I've always got a knife on. Only places you're allowed to talk about knives and guns, tape guns and Stanley knives. See all the primary, these are all primary ready to go, that aren't labelled yet. And these in here are all elementary.
Yeah. So the box just waiting to be labelled.
Back, yeah. These ones here are oversized. These ones are too big to fit into our normal small boxes.
Yep.
But it's generally really good stuff. And over there's the primary oversized. We try and be really correct and get everything right, but it's never going to be perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah. What we really desperately need is volunteers and shipping. Shipping has got so much more expensive since COVID. It's doubled in price.
Okay.
And anybody who can shift books, and what we ask at the other end is if they give us feedback, that if we give you 2 pallets of books, we want feedback on where the schools that they've gone to, etc. And that's for everybody
just
who gives
transparency.
us. Yeah, exactly. And we feel like you need to be completely open about what goes on, etc.
Yeah. So I guess with your partners that sort of like help you now with freight, like is that something you've got a pre-existing relationship for a while?
We've got lots of different people. We've got some mining companies. We've got some individuals. We've got some people that not so much people living in government, but want to help. At the moment, we've just had a guy come in this week, and he wants to send books to Kiribati, and you kind of think. Most of the schools in the South Pacific are the same, that they are really lacking. Children's books are so expensive. Yeah. And that's why we do what we do. It's...
Because we sort of had this conversation before, like over the phone when I first chatted to you about the whole digital age that we're in.
Yeah.
What is it about books that still make it so relevant even today?
Well, for starters, most of the schools we deal with in PNG do not have any electricity, especially the early learning. And that's, a child's a sponge when they're young, and everything they see, they take, and how the vocabulary grows. The more books they see, the better off they are. They learn to read, and so many of the kids, they don't have tablets, they don't have computers, they don't have screens, so they're village children, and just because you live in the back of a village, everybody should be able to learn to read, and that's why we're all here doing what we do.
I think we sort of may have gone over this, but just talked about your connection to Fiji.
Yeah.
How did you actually connect to PNG?
Oh, well, when we started doing Fiji, and we started doing it in quite a big way. And then my husband started going to PNG through business and kind of went, wow, Fiji, over the years, his education system has come up a lot. Yeah. And those books, the Fijian ones that are there, they go into the more remote areas, it's everywhere. The central areas tend to get the best quality or the best books, they get books in the first place. And then the further out you are, the less resources you get. And So when he started going to PNG, we kind of looked at PNG and went, let's do something there. And now we still send to the Solomons, Vanuatu, only every now and again after a cyclone. We're just starting to do Kiribati and mainly PNG. And we do have a really good network of people. We can get books into every province of people that are on the ground who are good at getting the books out there.
Look, because you've got so many things to sort of like deal with in terms of logistics and I guess other parts. What drives you I guess your team as well to keep doing it?
Well, I think it's when you get the photos back from the other end and you just see kids and the extent they go to, the wonderful celebrations that happen, the amount of people come in when there's a lot of books to be given away, and they just want what every mum and dad wants for their kids. They want to be loved, have a good home and a good education, and then the kids make their own choices in life.